Water governance, today we have to address this issue in the Hydrogaia conference. It's true that water governance is a key issue. We know, it's well known that technology is very important for implementing, for improving the situation and for solving the problems, the water problems, but it's not enough. And very often, in many countries, in many regions, the first issue, the first problem, the first block is a problem on water governance. And this is certainly why we will address the water governance in the World Water Forum, of course, and this is why we want to address also this issue today in the Hydrogaia conference. It's true that water governance is not a simple topic. It's related to many things. We will see certainly that with the intervention of the panelists. For instance, water governance is related to the broad governance in a country. How we can think about fighting the corruption in water sector if we don't think about fighting corruption on all sectors, at all levels. It's one example. Participation approach in water sector also is a good example. How we can put participation in one country if there is no system for participation in general in the country. Water governance is also related to political, to economical, to social context and history of the country. For example, in France, it's quite difficult to have a decentralization, even if we have done a lot of progress during 30 years, but it's difficult. And if we compare with Germany or even Spain, those countries have a strong decentralization because of the history of those countries. And of course, it can have an impact in water sector. So it's a key subject, it's a key issue, and again we will debate this issue, this topic, in the next World Water Forum, the sixth World Water Forum in Marseille. This Water Forum is very particular in the sense that for the first time we would like to address not only recommendations about water sector, water management, water governance, but we would like to address solutions, concrete solutions, what we can do, what we have to do to solve the problems. It's a big challenge. You know the World Water Forum, we had previously 5 forums. The World Water Forum is the largest event on water issues, gathering all stakeholders, all categories of stakeholders, we can say, for debating on questions related to water, of course. And you have here the map of the previous Water Forum. The last one was in Istanbul in 2009, 2012 in Marseille, and then next maybe in Korea, but we don't know yet. Few words about the structure. The structure for the World Water Forum in March 2012. We have 2 parallel bodies. One is the French National Committee and the World Water Council in parallel. And both they are thinking about the organization about this forum. Then we have the International Forum Committee, and under this International Forum Committee we have 4 or 5, we can say, commissions. One is addressing the political process, another one addressing the regional process, with the Regional Process Commission. The third is addressing the thematic process. Another one, which is not on this slide, is addressing the local and citizen process. And also we have a commission for thinking about promotion on the forum, for thinking about which kind of events we can put in place during the forum, etc. And to support these organization structures, there is a secretariat, of course, based in Marseille. We have, in fact, 4 processes during this forum: political process, thematic process, regional process, local and citizen process. Here you have some element about those process. The political process we would like to have, which is quite a new, we would like to have a connection between the political process, that means it's the ministers, the meeting of the ministers of water, and they will think about what we can decide, and we would like to have a connection between this process, political process, and the other process, particularly in the sense that we would like that the thematic and the regional process feed the political process. It's also a challenge, we will see. Another general element, it's about the general process. The idea is to start with the problems, the issues, the problems, the recommendations, and then, according to the problems, to define the key targets, some key targets we would like to reach, maybe in 2012, but certainly, probably, after 2012. That means that the World Water Forum in Marseille is not the end. It's also the starting of another process. And probably we will have some targets saying, okay, by 2012, by 2015, for example, or by 2020, we would like to have something. So the targets are still designed. It was done and approved in last April. And now we are in the process of thinking about which kind of solutions regarding each target. Target, what that means? That means target has to be smart. Smart, that means they have to be specific, they have to be measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. And the process itself has to be wide involvement, stakeholder exchange. That means a strong participation of stakeholders during the process, before the World Water Forum itself, and of course during the World Water Forum. Regarding the thematic framework, I don't know if you can read, but this slide is showing the 12 key priorities for water action. It was decided in January this year. The 12 key priorities plus the 3 conditions for success on below. The 12 key priorities, I don't want to read. I don't want to read each of them, but you can quickly see that in general, all general aspects are taken into account in these priorities. Access to water services, drink water service and sanitation service, of course, relation between water and hygiene and health, the problem of risk coming from water, contribute to cooperation and peace, etc., etc. Ensure food security, it's also a key aspect. And at the end, you have the 3 conditions for success. One is concerning our session is about the good governance. The two others are the financing water, and enabling environment. About good governance, today we have a core group for coordination of this theme, of this topic. The coordinator is the OECD, and we have two co-coordinators with the Water Integrity Network and the International Office for Water. Today we have identified the targets, 6 targets in 3 domains. First domain, effective public governance. The second is about integrated water resource management, and then integrity and transparency. Just very quickly, the various targets are the following. One is addressing, in generally, broadly, the participation mechanisms. Another one is addressing the governance tool, the indicator, the mechanism for performance measurement, and particularly in service delivery. Another one is on the river basin management plan, how to put in place a river basin management plan around the world. Another one is about water security diagnosis and governance tool, and how to apply the general framework, legislative framework, particularly the International Convention, for example. Another one is about integrity, corruption, risk of corruption, and anti-corruption policies. And the last is about public information and information of civil society about the impact of the various infrastructure plans. So now I have finished my presentation, and we will continue with the second step, which is a presentation, an introduction by the not 5 but 8, 9, I think, no 8 panelists. An introduction by the 8 panelists. Again, during 5 minutes maximum, I will ask them to present themselves, very shortly, of course, and to say something about water governance, say something which is important for them. Thank you very much.